Very simple, very straightforward. Price just to come back and retrace. You get a nice entry over here, price pushes up. Maybe you can even catch another nice entry over here, right? And really try our best to understand where we could fix ourselves, and we need to be genuinely honest as traders. Welcome back to another YouTube video of FlareFX, where we make trading very simple. It is another week, it is another dollar. As you can see by the title, we are going to be doing gold, Nasdaq, and GER30 this week, guys. If you're new here, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you're back again, welcome back, Flare family. I think we're like 750 subs, guys. Like I said, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'll do maybe 4 breakdowns every video, guys. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking questions about my Fibonacci retracement tools as well. I will show you guys as much as it is. I'll just break it down for you guys, for the guys who are interested. So make sure to watch till the end. But nonetheless, guys, let's get into it. All right. So before anything else, let me just show you guys my Fibonacci retracement tools, guys. Let me just remove this. Was just for a lesson, right? So we have this guy, which is for indices, right? This is the indice one. The indice one looks like this, right? These are the coordinates I have. Maybe you could just pause the video, screenshot this thing and look at it. This is for indices, right? And then I have one for we call this one for gold. Let me go over to gold. This is gold. Bingo bango. Same time, these are the coordinates as well, so take a screenshot if you can, right? And last but not least, we have one for currency pairs, right? Let me pull out another one right quick. This one is for currency pairs, right? Let me just do this. There you go. From now in here all the way to the top, like this. And then this one is for currency pairs, right? That's how it looks like. And then these are the coordinates, right, as well. So screenshot that, use these, guys. The main reason I'm giving it out, a lot of people are like, why should I give out my strategy in and of its own, guys? Like, if you don't genuinely know how to use it, I've backtested it so much, it becomes a bit harder, especially when you do it alone. So hence, watching these breakdowns, joining the mentorship helps a lot, right? So now let's get into the grids of everything, right? So guys, gold is at its all-time high again, guys. Like, even when you go to the far left, nothing is there. Like, this thing has been climbing, guys. This was on the 26th of September, and it just keeps on climbing and climbing, guys. So it only makes sense for us to look for buys, guys. It makes no sense for us to be going for for sales, right? So we can see that we have a break of structure over here. We were already anticipating what is this, buys on this thing, right? Let's go to gold, right? This is gold. Bingo bango. Hopefully just lose. Let me just do this. My network is tripping with me, right? So this is gold, right? So this is the entry that we were looking for gold, right? It came into our zone and it pushed all the way to the top, right? So this was the entry, and then price tapped it and just flew all the way to the top, right? So now I am looking at more buys on gold, right? So now it's also a situation where we have to be patient to get a confirmed high, guys. The only time I'm gonna get a confirmed high is if I get this swing point as well. And a lot of you guys also asking what what indicators I'm using, guys. I have a video, I'll probably put the link on top, where I explain everything I use, my chart colors, my Fibonacci retracement tools, and everything, right? So I use this one. It's called swing points and FVG, so fair value gaps, right? So this indicator helps me just highlight the obvious highs, right? So I can pull out the fib, right? For now, guys, there is no confirmed high. This thing is still all running all the way to the top, right? Once it does confirm the high, we can even look for buys, right? But when we go over to the 4-hour time frame, like, we can already see that there's a nice imbalance over here. So price has a reason to come back, right? So it is a situation where we have to be patient for sure, right? This is the most prevalent low we have, right? So we have to be sure, guys. We have to wait for the high to be confirmed, but we can see that this is the lowest low of the trend, right? So we'll patiently wait until gold confirms the high. Once it does confirm a high over here, right, we will pull our Fibonacci retracement tool like this and all the way to the top like that for gold, right? Bingo bango, just down here all the way to the top. And then we'll wait for price to do what? To come back and circulate all the way to the downside over here, and then push all the way to the top, right? So it is a situation of patience now, but it's nice to see that gold is climbing, guys. And I wouldn't be surprised if our momentum starts slowing down, especially for gold, because now we're on 2,700 ounces, guys. Can you imagine, right? But like I said, guys, we do have a break of structure. We are looking for buys on gold. Counter trend sells make sense, but you'll be caught up with these types of movements, guys. Like counter trend trading gold doesn't make sense because you're going to be caught up in this choppiness, right? So it's better to go with the trend rather than against it. But that's what I do see for gold. Let's move over to Nasdaq, and then we'll jump over to GER30. All right, so this is Nasdaq on the daily time frame, guys. So with Nasdaq, it's also looking pretty cool. With the indices, there's a lot of opportunities for the month of for the month of October. But for me, I just want to make sure that I patiently wait for my setups to come into fruition. Very relatively similar to your gold, right? So I can see that the all-time high for Nasdaq right now is this high over here. So I am anticipating that we are going to take it out, mainly because if we were going to be proceeding to go lower, guys, we're going to break this low over here, and we didn't. So I'm anticipating that this high is going to be broken, right? So buy setups make sense. And even when we check up what market structure in and of its own, we can see there's a change of character over here. Obviously the change of character happened on the lower time frame, guys. Like we could relatively go over to the 4 hour time frame and catch a nice a change of character over here, but we are looking at this on the daily, right? So we can see on the daily time frame, it just shows us the bias of what we're looking for. We're looking for more so bias, right? Now we're gonna tap into the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, we'll even break down market structure in and of its own. We can see that price did push all the way to the downside and then continue to move all the way to the top. There is some changes of character, but we'll just classify this as a break of structure, indicating that this is a trend continuation. Price still wants to keep on moving higher and higher, right? I would look at this as the most lowest low for now in terms of this trend that we have over here, right? So now, Mr. Flair, what's the next movement, especially for this one, right? I am paying attention to Nasdaq over here. We can even see that it did still break structure over here, right? But my main concern is looking for more buys, guys, especially for Nasdaq, because it's been pushing all the way to the top, and I do want to target these highs over there, right? So now it's just getting that clean cut entry that's gonna make sense for us, right? And also on the daily time frame, before I even go over to the lower time frames, I am still mindful of this guy over here, right? This fair value gap over here. So it is interesting. We could get a situation where Nasdaq does push all the way to the downside, very similar to what we have over here. If I could pull out my Fibonacci retracement tool, as you can see for indices, we were just missed that entry over there. So we can anticipate that maybe with Nasdaq we can get something very similar, right? Price could come all the way to the downside just to respect this and push all the way to the top, right? So this could be a premature buys, right? That's one thing we should understand, guys. But with the way Nasdaq has been moving, it's just been making higher highs and higher highs. So for me, that's why I'm anticipating the buys right now, right? So we'll come in like this, right? And then we can already see that our Fibonacci retracement tool does show us that this is an area of confirmation. And the beautiful thing about this, guys, as well, especially with Nasdaq, when I pull this thing all the way to the far left, you can already see this is a strong zone that Nasdaq has been bouncing off of, right? Like this is another confluence that I look for. I wouldn't necessarily say support and resistance, but when my Fibonacci does align with that, it gives me that extra confidence knowing that at least our entry is at a point where Nasdaq does tend to react, right? As you can really see, price has been bouncing in and out of the zone. So I'll push price back all the way to this side, right? And we'll pay attention to it. So what I am anticipating for this guy Nasdaq is for us to come in with our buy limit order relatively over here, our stop loss just below over here, on a take profit all the way to the top. This is take profit 1, this is take profit 2, take profit 3 is this high that we have over here. This is Nasdaq's all-time high, right? So now, how do I anticipate it to move, right? Very simple, very straightforward. Price just to come back and retrace. We get a nice entry over here, price pushes up, maybe we can even catch another nice entry over here, and then let price do its thing all the way to the top, hitting take profit 1, 2, and holding it all the way to the top till take profit 3, guys. And Nasdaq has been looking really nice. Indices, all of them have been giving very beautiful opportunities for the month of October, guys. It's just a situation where you have to be very, very patient to let the setups come to fruition, guys. And that's the name of the game. So now we'll move over to GER30 and I'll break that down. All right. So this is GER30, or the DAX index on the daily time frame. And the funny thing about the DAX index and gold, one thing I've noticed is the correlation. As soon as gold makes its all-time high, the DAX also makes its all-time high. Like if you look all the way to the far left, there's really nothing going on over here, right? And it's crazy how they genuinely are in some terms of correlation, right? Hence why I do trade them together, right? If I have buy setups on GER30, it makes sense to have buys on gold, you know. So now with GER30, it isn't too much to really break down. As you can see, this guy has been buying all the way to the top, pushing, and then we have some sort of break of structure over here, right? This is on the daily time frame, mind you. So when you do go over to the lower time frames, these will make so much more sense, right? We'll come over here, BOS, and then we'll go over to the 4-hour time frame. So with the 4-hour time frame, as you guys can see, it is looking really weird and really nice at the same time. I know it sounds a bit counterintuitive, but I'll come in and I'll put over here, there's a nice purge of liquidity that we can see. This is the nice thing I like about what you call this GER30. Like, it isn't a really stubborn pair. If it wants to move, it will move. Like, this is the thing about it. Like, as you can see, price does move, guys. You can catch opportunities day in, day out. It doesn't stay at one place. It's not really as stagnant as anything other pairs. Like, as you can see, this thing moves, guys. That's what I like about it. You can catch buys, you can catch sells, you can catch buys. Like, that's the thing I like about it the most. Even with our with our Fibonacci retracement tool for indices, like, it works a lot, guys. As you can see, we can enter over here, you know, nice buys, take profit, don't take profit too. Like, it trends really nicely, and it's a pair that I've found liking to, especially this year, right? So I've seen that this thing has pushed all the way to the top, made this high, came out all the downside, filled out this imbalance. From down here, it pushed all the way to the top over here, right? I was anticipating that it was gonna come and fill out this guy over here, right? I'll even push it all the way to the top, and I still feel like it is gonna come and fill out this guy, right? Mainly because this is a very big FVG, and the things with what is this GER30, it rarely leaves out FEGs, right? Like, as much as it pushes all to the top, here's a fair value gap, it comes and fills it out regardless. Even here, like, it usually comes back and fills it out, right? So for me, when I do see big ones like this, I do get a sense of confidence that, you know, I just have to be patient enough to wait for the setup to come into fruition, because GER30 is a trending pair, guys. It moves, you know, and we can find ourselves getting tapped in maybe by Wednesday or Tuesday, right? So we just have to be patient. We can find this thing even buying high and high. You see how gold is, guys. Like, I think this thing is directly correlated with gold, so we just have to be very, very mindful, right? Even when we go over to the 2-hour time frame, maybe we could look at it at a much more, like, a deeper level. The fair value gap is still over here. We can even refine it a bit better. This is a nice zone, and even when you pull it all the way to the left, like, you can see, this is a zone that price likes bouncing in and out of, guys. So it is a very significant area to be looking at GER30 as soon as it's done playing around all the way to the top over here, because we're looking for price, guys. Selling it makes sense, but you're going to be caught in choppiness, like, especially these types of wicks. Can you see these, right? So it just makes sense for us to wait for the buys to come in, right? Wait for it to come into the zone over here. We get some nice buys. Price pushes up. Maybe we can get another entry as well. Take profit 1, take profit 2. It keeps on buying, guys. It's very directly correlated to gold, guys. So we just have to be very, very patient. And then the word of the week, guys. You know, I always wing these ones, so I never really prepare beforehand. I just feel like whatever comes into my mind probably makes sense. You know, maybe it's something that you need to hear as a trader listening to this, but it's always... what is the word of the week today? I would give you guys motivation. I feel like for the remainder of the year, guys, I think the most important thing for us to do right now is to look at the mistakes that we've done throughout the year, right, and really try our best to understand where we could fix ourselves. And we need to be genuinely honest as traders and as people in and of its own. Like, and you need to ask yourself, is this something that you're going to be willing to go through another year? You know, is there something, and not go through another year of just half-hearting it, right? Is it going to be another year where you do this with so much passion and so much vigorosity that you're gonna get to the consistency, guys? You know, and that's the word of today, guys. Is making sure that asking yourself the right questions. It's 2 years. I'm even saying 2 years. It's 2 months before the end of the year. So it's just asking yourself that question: is this thing something that you see yourself doing long term? If not, you can kindly exit this video and move on with your life. But if it's something that you genuinely want to keep on doing, make sure that you seek the knowledge and you put yourself in situations where you are uncomfortable and you experience because at the end of the day, guys, once you have the skill, like I always preach, nobody can really take it away from you. So you have to keep your head up high and you have to keep on working, you know. And if you like this type of content, guys, please make sure to subscribe. Road to 1,000. For me, that's all I want for this year, to get to 1K, guys. And also close 750, like 250 subscribers away. 2 months left. I genuinely feel like we can do it, guys. I will be consistent consistent as I possibly can. With the Funded Next series, docu-series, it's also coming to fruition, guys. My network has been so trash throughout the week, so I kind of took some time away from that. I also just needed a break from the charts too. But don't forget, I'm still with you guys. I'm still going to be doing the Profom account challenge, guys. So make sure to stay in tune. Turn on your post notifications. But nonetheless, guys, thank you for watching till the end. It is yet another week. It is another dollar. Mr. Flair signing out.